Welcome to the Plan 6 part video. Welcome to hopefully this time, the last part of tr3 on quarter train. As soon as I press the record, the train comes up. tr3 steering rack conversion, or in this case, swap. Alright, so the rack is tied down. I've loosened off the steering wheel. So now I'm just going to measure the length or the play on the actual rack itself. Now, I don't know why, but this one here, I don't know if it's all the case, but this tiny little measuring tape I have here actually comes with a little magnet at the end. So as I was trying to grip it on, I was wondering why I kept moving, because I was sticking to the metal. Alright, so we're going to go over our starting distance. So if I grip to the edge, it doesn't make a difference where I start a point from, as long as I go back to the same point. Alright, you know what? Just seems to want to magnetize there. So I'm looking at where I have with the tie rod end, and again, that doesn't make a difference where this is. It's irrelevant. You're just measuring the travel of which it goes out, and then you're going to bring it back to halfway and then put the steering wheel in the middle. It's simple as that. It's not rocket science. You might be 100% bang on, but like, you'd be pretty close. Actually, do you know what? I'm going to go to that inside corner. Alright, so it looks like I'm starting to me, it's pretty much close to 21.5 centimeters. Or relatively close to 8.5 inches, but 21.5 centimeters. Alright, so 21.5, let me go up, turn the steering wheel and push it all the way out and measure again. Obviously, to make sure I left it enough that I was going to fit past the brake. Alright, so back into this corner again. And I'm getting 31.5. So it's basically traveled 10 centimeters. So 21.5 to 21.5 to 31.5. So 26.5 should be halfway. So now I just have to go find it. Now, some will say, hey, why don't you just measure the rotations on the steering wheel? Yeah, I've done that before. I've done that many a time, but I find that I never fully convinced or satisfies myself when I try and measure the amount of rotations that does. Because it's never exactly equal. So I don't know why. So I'm going this way now. So we stopped at 24.5. So we wanted 25.5. So I need to go another centimeter. This might take a few back and forth trips if I feel. Probably at least another 2 or 3. Ooh, hang on. Sorry, I'm at 25.5 now. So 21.5, 31.5, so 10, so 5 is 26.5. Oops, sorry. So 26.5. We're at 27. Oh, you know what's going to happen. Back and forth, back and forth. Now, does it have to be pinpoint? No, like I said, with the tie rod ends in the end, you can get away with a bit anyway. Oh, I'm at 26.25. It's funny, I'm measuring millimeters, I'm saying a quarter. How ironic is that? I'm between 26 and 26.5. I need to be. Oh. Anybody counting how many times I've been back and forth yet? Oh, that's so close. Alright, right there. Yeah, back a tiny bit. This would have been great if somebody was actually in there with the steering wheel. Oh, not a tiny bit too far. I funny feeling I put it in the same spot again. No, 26 and a half. All right, looks pretty good. So it's hard to measure. Now you think, right, well, to measure the other end to be certain. There's no guarantee the body is the exact same shape. Actually, I'll better go and look at it. I don't know if it's the same shape. And then again, this is going to be in a whole different spot. So I can't really measure it because this one, I don't know where it is on it. The only way to do it, you'd have to go to the very end if none of these were on it. So, anyway, no, I'm pretty happy with 26 and a half. Well, just say the measurement I took. So now, we shall take our wheel off and put it in the middle. Perfectly without. That's why I already took it off, because I put it on just loose enough to work. That looks like one spline off. Alright, so when I put it one way, looks like it's one spline off, and I put it the other way, looks like it's a spline off, so it'll get rectified in the shop. I'm not worried about it. I think that looks better though. It's a bear off. Then again, the seats also point outwards, so that doesn't help. I'll go with that. I'm okay with that. Alright, so I'm going to put my nut back on. Alright. And the last thing to do is just to give it a little tighten. I don't know where I put the socket. It's a little tighten. Alright, just enough. I'm going to tighten it by ratchet in a bit. I'm going to double check it again before I do, just to make sure. So I'll actually put it all the way to the left and all the way to the right, and that's it. But in general, that's it. So I'll say that's it. All I have to do is measure the tie rods now. So what I'll do is I'll have to wait, because it's absolutely pouring rain now. I'm going to wait, and now that's in the middle, I'll be able to turn these until it looks pretty much straight. And I'll just eyeball it outside, and then once I eyeball it outside, I'll just turn the tie rod ends accordingly and just slip them in. Again, like I said, I'm not looking for perfection on this, because it's going to go to a shop and they'll have the machinery to, excuse me, they'll have the machinery to set the alignment correct. So I just want to get it as close as I can, that it's at least it's not completely way off. So yeah, this is an eyeball really is all I'm going to do. So that's really it. I said I'd like to do it now, but because of the rain, this is pouring rain outside, I don't fancy all the rain coming in. still playing around with it here. Yeah, let's go in there. If you were putting this back on the way you wanted it, what you would do is you would just, again, measure the amount of turn, or count the amount of turns that you do on your, hopefully you can see, measure the amount of turns you do to take off your tie rod end. Or the other thing you can do is when you crack it, you can either inside not move it and put a tiny bit of paint or Tipex or something around it to mark where it is, where this lines up the side, and then count it and then put it back in and straighten it up and do it. Like, you'll get so close, you're not gonna get it perfect, but it'll get you pretty much where you are if you wanted to continue and get your way with it. But that's it. I'm just gonna ball this just enough, just to get it to the shop. That's all I'm worried about. And they will, as long as the wheel is dead straight and I know where the wheel is straight, when I say the wheel is right in the middle, they'll straighten the wheel, and they'll straighten the steering wheel, clamp it in, and then they'll adjust the tie rods, inner and outer ones, accordingly to fix the alignment. So that's really it. I know it's not complete. I haven't completed everything, but yeah, no, that's it. Bit of a challenge doing this. It seems pretty straightforward. It's not that many bolts, but obviously the hard part I found was getting the sleeve in that channel, which, doing it again, I'd probably just grind it down a tiny bit just to make life a little easier and save myself about 4 hours of frustration. So yeah, other than that, I'm going to go back on. I'm going to do the brakes, so the calipers need rebuilding because they seized. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to put them back on. And then while I have it here, I'm going to just run over it, make sure all the everything's nice and clean and everything's running fine. She's a little hesitant, starting to get a little hesitant to start now. So I don't know if it's just the carbs are clogging up a bit. Maybe it's starting to get low spark. Maybe the battery is just simply low. Or it could be the ignition solenoid, coil, points, wires, plugs clogged up. I'll just give it a run over and do what I can to get up and running again. Get it up and running on the spot and deliver it back. Anyway, sorry, a little ramble there. Thanks for watching. And again, usually any comments, questions, concerns, if I left anything out, but I mean, put it in. Like with any website, we don't encourage anything bad. I mean, it says we're all human regardless. I mean, so like, if I miss something, by all means, throw it in there, and great. Like, especially out in safety or anything important that I may have overstepped. Because at the end of the day, like I said, we're all here to help each other, and these videos are just educational to try. Anybody just do their own stuff at home, because it's an achievement when you want to do stuff yourself as well. You have to work in your own car and say you've done something, repaired something. Again, all within your own comfort zone. Don't go out of your comfort zone. If you're not sure, have somebody else look at it, especially something like brakes or steering or anything like that. That's a safety feature. Like, if you're not sure, have somebody look over it. I mean, just to be sure, because it only has to go wrong once, unfortunately. So, yeah. So, thanks for watching. I look forward to finishing this. And when this is done, I'm going to continue on doing the engine on the B. And then, if Doug, if you're watching, I'm making room. I know your car is going to be here pretty soon, and that's going to be some amazing videos to see this car. This is going to be an absolute beauty of a car, his tr3. So I'm looking forward to see it coming back from the body shop. It's going to look amazing, and yeah, it's going to be quite a job doing that, and an honor to build it. So, all right, there we go. See you in the next video.